tonight on a special edition of Evening. Come along as we celebrate our state's capital city, Olympia. Take a whirlwind tour with Governor Inslee.
This is the moon tree.
Trees do not grow on the moon. Fake news. Fake news.
Sample the sweets at Olympia's coolest ice cream parlor.
I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10.
Make a perfect pit stop at this cat cafe.
I can't be sad with this many cats and kittens around.
And meet the woman capturing scenes of the South Sound, slice by slice.
Hey, I'm Jim Dever, and this is Olympia, or as the governor calls it, home. He gave me a quick tour of the Capitol campus.
We believe in action in our administration, so that's our order number one.
I have one on my desk, but it says inaction.
This is the inclinometer. This was on one of our ferries, and so you could tell what list the ferry boat had.
Some in the legislature would say that you're listing a little too far to the left.
Well, actually, you'll notice the bubble is right in the middle.
Oh,
We're
okay.
Actually, exactly even keel. Harry Truman here, sitting in the governor's chair. We think in 1945. Go ahead and sit in it.
I'm afraid. I don't want to.
When you
it's a
sit
great
in this chair,
responsibility.
you have to assume the responsibility of financing our schools, which takes several $billion.
You know what?
So,
I'll be seeing you later.
how many steps here? How many steps do you think there is here?
34, the number of counties in the
That
state.
is a good guess, but it's 42 because we were the 42nd state. You were quick on the draw.
Please vote for me in November.
Well, we're there, we're on it.
Please vote for me in November.
This is the teaching garden, maybe the most productive part of our administration.
Right here. Guaranteed to grow.
Guaranteed to grow, right.
He has to duck under this, I don't. Oh, I should watch my head. I'll have to duck. Uh-oh, I might hit the branch.
This is the moon tree.
Trees do not grow on the moon.
Well,
Fake news.
better than
Fake
this.
news.
This is the George Washington elm.
Hang on, it's a leaf blower. I'm with the governor. You're going to have to turn that off.
And this is a replica of the Tivoli fountain in Copenhagen.
I was going to say that. Please vote for me in November. Vote for me in November.
Jim, you running? Make sure you get some overtime today.
Yes, sir. Hey, Mike. Yes. Just take the rest of the day off, all right? If anyone asks, say the governor let you have the day off.
This is a symbol for our state. See you guys later. This belongs to the people.
Thanks for the tour, Governor, but you know, I'm a little disappointed that we didn't make a stop at Olympia's buzziest ice cream parlor. We'll leave that up to Saint.
Welcome in.
At Humble Cow Ice Cream Shop, just ordering a cone
What kind do you want, buddy? Vanilla?
can add some bounce to someone's day.
I feel like if you're gonna give yourself a treat, it should be a good one. And it definitely spreads joy.
Megan Kronk is the humble owner of Humble Cow.
I guess it's the opposite of pretentious.
A former high school counselor, she dreamed up her small batch, made from scratch artisan ice cream business at the onset of the pandemic.
Not a great time to start a business, but it was a great time to plan a business.
The plan involved having a place for community to gather, where every member of the family could get an ice cream treat, including the vegan daughter.
Thank you.
And even, yes, the family dog.
We have Pup Cups, which is a frozen treat for dogs, and it is made with things that aren't harmful to dogs. For example, there's no dairy in it, and there's no chocolate in it. So it's made from peanut butter and applesauce and bananas and things that are healthy for dogs, but also gives them a fun treat.
Oh, Lucy, do you like the Pup Cup? Oh boy, you like it?
So how good is the ice cream? Ordering this taster's flight are two lifelong friends and ice cream aficionados.
I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Good flavors, they're all really creamy. And the caramel, the salty caramel one is very good.
Yeah, salted caramel definitely wins in our book, but I think I could have any of these on any day and I'd be perfectly happy.
It's really great to see people in here loving their ice cream. It's exactly why I created this business, and great ice cream.
Good, Mommy.
Is it good?
Thank you, St. Humble Cow is located in South Olympia at the corner of Henderson Boulevard and Yelm Highway. Now let's make another fun food stop for the whole family. You could call it Olympia's Jurassic Park of patties. Eastside Big Tom in Olympia is positively prehistoric in a couple of ways. It's got dinosaurs and this distinction.
It's Washington State's oldest fast food drive-through restaurant.
That's owner Michael Frisch. This place has been around since 1948. Frisch's father bought it in '69. As for the dinosaurs, blame COVID.
I took all the money that I normally spend going to Mexico a couple times a year, and I bought 29 dinosaurs.
There are dinos in the bushes and dinos on the tables.
I love dinosaurs.
So do the kids who come here. Because what's better than sharing a shake with a T-Rex?
We love this place because, I mean, it's good food.
Milkshake.
Great milkshakes. And it's fun because the kids love it and we love it.
I hit it, but I hit it with gray.
Olympia art legend Vince Ryland does dino touch-up and paints these famous characters adorning the place, who all have one thing in common.
The hair. The hair has the original caricature of Tom, the very first one that somebody down the street drew a million years ago, had the black hair with the sweeps, you know, the little curls on it. So yeah, about 90% of the cutouts have it figured in there someplace.
The menu is simple. People in dinosaurs agree the burgers and crinkle-cut fries are tasty. And it comes with a secret sauce called Goop. That's trademarked and treasured by regulars. Always ask what shake flavors are new. Orange creamsicle and nerds were the shakes du jour when we stopped by. The secret menu includes this carnivore's delight.
We've got the Megatom, 5 pieces of meat, 5 pieces of cheese, 5 pieces of bacon, and a whole lot of delicious. Oh yeah, and fries. It's good stuff.
It's a jungle out there for any small burger joint, but Eastside Big Tom has it figured out. The only thing better than a burger and fries is a burger and fries with dinosaurs on the side. Eastside Big Tom is open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday. More from Olympia coming right up.
Later on evening, a local artist transforms one continuous sheet of paper, cut by painstaking cut. And you have this Olympia area company to thank for your minty fresh breath. Local stories make a difference. With the power to enrich lives, strengthen communities, and make us smile. Evening is made possible by Primera Blue Cross. Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
Welcome back to the capital of cool, Olympia, Washington, and an international culinary experience here at the corner of 4th and Plum. It's an eclectic mix of international food trucks, a cider tap room, and an espresso stand that occupies a historic gas station building. It was all dreamed up by Filling Station Espresso owner Cindy Dixon, who passed away sadly a few years ago. But her daughter Carissa says you can still sense her presence here.
She just loved this place so much, and she had a really beautiful vision for it to be a great place for community to gather.
There's another place in Olympia that's built for community, both human and animal. If you go there, you might just fall in love with a cup of coffee and a cat. Here's Saint.
They all have different stories. Some of these cats and kittens are found under people's houses, under porches. I had a whole box of 10 handed to us out of a dumpster.
They may be the cutest little kittens you'll ever see, but they're all part of a huge overpopulation problem, overwhelming local shelters.
This little girl is almost 3 months old, and if she was not fixed, she would start heat cycles. She could easily be pregnant and have her own litter of kittens by the time she's 6 months old. And they can have 2 to 3 litters a year, which are anywhere from 3 to 7 kittens generally. They are prolific breeders. They just breed and breed.
At the Cat Cafe, $15 buys you coffee and 50 minutes with the cats. All of them fixed, most of them feisty and adoptable. Anna Singleton wants to take the one named Coffee home.
I read her profile on Pet Finder and I saw that she's just like a crazy girl. Hi, Queen. And I need that. I need a crazy baby. I think that's perfect for me.
He is super fun.
Tiffany Weitzel has a lofty goal to get 750 cats and kittens adopted out every year. She spends as many as 14 hours a day here, but says she hasn't felt tired yet.
It's an amazing job. I can't be sad with this many cats and kittens around. There's just something about them that's very uplifting.
Okay, Pacific Northwest Cat Cafe is open every day except Tuesday, and reservations are highly recommended. You know, right up the road here in Lacey, there is a company that makes a product that you may be using every single day, and they've been doing it for more than a century. Here's Saint.
From the candy and breath mints aisle to those with cosmetics, toothpaste, and ice cream, you'll find plenty of products made with Washington State mint oil, sold by the industry's world leader, Callisons.
I would say that we are probably involved in 60 or 70% of all the mint products that are in the world.
Jim Burgett is the fourth-generation leader of Callisons, which contracts with hundreds of mint farmers to distribute mint oil around the world. Founded by I.P. Callison in 1903, the company originally traded in cascara bark before entering the mint market in the 1940s. In the 50s, they introduced spearmint to Washington State growers.
So the farmers, they harvest the crop, cut it, chop it, and then put it through their distillation process. It's steam distillation. They've been doing it the same way for 100+ years. And the mint oil is literally cooked out of the leaf, and we buy the oil from the farmer.
A dedicated team of sniffers make sure everything's in mint condition.
There is an art to it as well as a science.
Chemists come up with made-to-order blends for customers like Procter & Gamble, Colgate, and Wrigley.
What toothpaste do you use?
I think it's Colgate right now.
Okay, well, you're welcome.
Some of those customers are close to home. Because flavor matters to so many, Washington farmers see a bright future in fragrant fields of mint.
Okay, a little fun fact, chewing gum sales have dropped off dramatically in recent years, but younger people prefer breath mints, so those sales have skyrocketed.
Up next, this Olympia theater troupe is blowing up the world of puppetry big time.
Welcome back to our celebration of Olympia. We've moved over to Martin Marina at Percival Landing Park. You know, they say that you need to have a big head to be a great actor. And that's actually true for an Olympia troupe that is supersizing the ancient art of puppetry. There's a little bit of magic tucked away in Olympia, where the moon has a face and raccoons roam and gardens pop open to reveal something more.
We create giant puppet shows. So we do masks, we do, giant puppets on sticks with big hands and heads.
This is the work of String and Shadow, an Olympia-based troupe of artists and performers who make giant puppet shows.
I saw a giant puppet show in 2015 for the first time, and it felt really accessible. It seems silly to say now, but I wasn't ever really much of a performer and was pretty shy. But seeing people performing in masks and in these costumes seemed really liberating and possible for me, and a totally different way of performing.
Emily and Donald lead the group, weaving fantastical tales that appeal to everyone.
But we really write our shows thinking of adult audiences. We try to slip in a lot of things that might go over the kids' heads that the adults will get. It's supposed to create an intergenerational space that the kids and adults can enjoy together.
The giant heads are made with paper mache and clay.
Emily is very fast. She can whip them out. I've seen her sculpt and paper mache a puppet in 3 days.
And while the heads and masks are beautiful, there's just one problem.
We're 70% blind on stage, which you get used to. You start to learn physically where you're at, but there's, there was a collision at one of the performances, things happen.
The show you see now is The Paper Moon. Faces light up at the Olympia Family Theater, and these consummate professionals make an art of whimsy.
I often describe it as like taking something very silly very seriously. My favorite part of String and Shadow is all the work that goes into making a show that's just as fun as performing the show, sometimes even funner because you get to spend hours paper macheing with somebody, you get to spend hours just doing all these tasks that take a lot of people hours to make, so it really, building the show builds community, and then performing the show, it's like celebrating all that work that the community's done.
In addition to their Olympia area performances, String and Shadow also take their show on the road, all up and down the West Coast. Well, there is an art form of a different type taking shape here on the shores of Budd Inlet. It starts with a single sheet of black paper, and by making it something less, it becomes something more. Piece by piece.
These small moments.
Cut by cut.
Slowing down.
With every book, calendar, or greeting card she designs, Nikki McClure is telling a story of human and nature.
We're very, very fortunate to be living beings on this planet.
From her waterfront home in Olympia, the artist draws inspiration from everything around her.
What I've seen and explored and felt.
No detail too small.
There's an idea, often comes from walking. My books aren't fantasy books, they're actually things that happen.
She creates by cutting away.
I had been cutting Valentines and scissor, folded cuts, and I would cut for little kids. If I were babysitting, I would woo, it's like an elephant on top of, a gorilla. And then here's the title page.
Nikki found freedom in the storytelling.
This makes sense to me.
And focus in the form.
Let me lay it down so you can see it better. So it's all one connected piece of paper. It's actually backwards. I'm going to flip it over because this is how I see it in the book.
Her experiences and yours emerge from the spaces.
There's definitely my story, but I want there to be room for other people's stories as well.
Stories of life in all its forms. What is here, what's been cut away, and all the beauty that remains.
Making a record of my life, my own mark on the world.
One thing Nikki's become pretty well known for around here are her annual calendars. Each year she selects a different concept and creates those 12 different images. Those calendars have become quite a collector's item. Welcome back. Olympia residents have a reputation for fiercely defending what they love about their hometown. One thing a bunch of neighbors got together to protect is a stretch of beautiful but endangered urban forest. If you think just one person can't help save the planet, you haven't met Daniel Einstein.
Our focus initially was this property that you see behind us.
When he realized nearby West Bay Woods and its nests of herons was in danger of being developed for condos, the Olympia man went to work.
We realized that we had to buy the land in order to conserve it.
He rallied his neighbors and founded a nonprofit called Olympia Ecosystems.
The community has gone from writing these woods off to feeling a sense of ownership.
A decade later, those original 3.5 acres of preserved land have grown to about 500 acres, all around Olympia and Tumwater.
Sometimes the most important ecosystems are actually in cities, especially around Puget Sound.
The group doesn't just acquire land, it reforests it.
Create an ecosystem that works for all of the species. Our lives depend on it, their lives depend on it. And there's really no better way to understand what's at stake than sticking your hand in the ground.
Dozens of volunteers clear away invasive species.
There are a lot of woods like this throughout Western Washington. They're overgrown with ivy, people sort of write them off. And yet they're recoverable, and we needed to demonstrate that to the community. that our efforts were worth it, and we did. So when we remove the ivy, we start seeing moles come back. So not a lot of people get excited about molehills, but I do.
By giving nature a hand,
this is a problem that we can solve.
these neighbors are creating forests for the future.
We have to think ahead.
If you'd like to get your hands dirty and join one of Olympia Ecosystems' work parties, they have them just about every month. Well, thanks for joining us for this celebration of our capital city. We'd like to leave you with a little bit of serenity. This is Olympia's beautiful Henderson Inlet. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.